All right, so I was at a conference last week, and I spoke on a lot of topics. I spoke with a lot of different doctors and their office managers and different other office staff. And one of the points that I forgot to bring up, and I wanted to make sure that I got a video up on it because I didn't want to forget, was that there was some questions about what kind of content to be posting. Like, you know, the whole idea of using the internet and is to basically generate new patients and new clients, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, that's what most private practices are trying to do. So when it comes to putting out content, sending out emails, or sending out Facebook posts, or publishing different types of posts and things like that, you really have to consider what you're sending out and how it's going to be the most effective. And I personally believe that sending out anything is better than nothing, obviously within reason. But you have to be, if you really want to attract the results that you want and attract the potential clients and patients that you want, you have to kind of, in this time and where we are now with the way the internet is, and through all the things we've been through with spam and just tons of annoying things that have bothered us over the years, starting in the 90s with online marketing stuff, we have to just kind of be a little positive. And I'll explain what I'm talking about. So one of the most successful things that I've seen practices do, and this is outside of marketing and more on lines of public relations, but when a practice is involved in community events and community relations, such as street cleanups, volunteering for specific groups, different things, like anything that's volunteer or charity, these are positive things. These are things that, the majority of people look at and feel good about. They like seeing this kind of thing. Even though we're inundated with such bad news all the time on newspapers and everything else, it's nice to hear something good. And to be that kind of light in all the other stuff can really make you stand out. So the reason I bring this up is because, I monitor a lot of the online statistics. I monitor a lot of what's happening on Facebook, particularly Facebook and other social media networks, as well as website activity and other things. And particularly on social media, positive things get a lot of attention. A lot of people like hearing a nice story. They like seeing that someone's doing something just to do something nice without having to have something for it. Just charity, right? So sending out a newsletter and sending out posts of what your practice is involved in and what your staff are involved in terms of charity or volunteer or very nice things that they could be doing, or other pleasant things, such as a new family member or whatever. It could be a lot of different things. But focusing more on those things at this time, I found to be really effective. Not only are you creating more of a positive atmosphere and kind of pushing aside some of that negativity that's all over the place, but you're also building goodwill, and you're building relationships with your local communities and local people. So anyway, the point is that if you're gonna post a lot of stuff on Facebook, if you're gonna post stuff or send out emails to your patients and clients about practice updates or things you guys are doing, try to keep it on the positive side. Definitely don't get involved in politically charged stuff. Try to stay away from any political stuff, and stay neutral in the positive zone. And so that's the question I really didn't get answered at this past conference when I was talking, and I even had notes of it and everything because I wanted to make it a point to go over it. But you know how it goes sometimes when you're speaking and other questions come up, and you've only got an hour to do your full presentation. So anyway, I wanted to make sure everyone got this message, and I'm hoping that you can find a way that you can apply this, And again, this applies even outside of the private practice, but any other type of local business. And I always tell local businesses, it's kind of a double-edged sword situation. You have you upset somebody in the wrong way in the community, and then that can kind of spread in a bad way for you. But what you're trying to do is build, outward from your, again, from your social media profile, from your website, from anywhere else that you can potentially attract, people that are interested in positive things, And again, if one of those people turns into a customer, a patient, or a client, whatever, it's likely going to be a positive-minded person too. So it kind of helps you all the way around when you're doing that kind of thing. So anyway, this is just my advice from seeing different practices do specific things. And typically I work with veterinarians, optometrists, dentists, physical therapists, and chiropractors. Those are the only areas I really will ever get involved in. But this applies to any of those, equally can apply. So anyway, as usual, I have the Millennial Marketing Pocket Guide for free on my website, whatworkswire.com. That is for office managers, internal marketing staff, even the doctors can read it. Literally, I put over 100 pointers just like this in a long book type document that you can kind of read through, try different things, see if you might be able to take something from it and use it in your practice, whatever. But again, that's free to download, no credit card required, nothing like that. Whatworkswire.com. As always, please feel free to send me a email, whatworkswire@gmail.com. I would be happy to answer your questions. I am on development projects full time. I am working for clients full time and overtime into the night all the time. So sometimes it can take me a little while to get back to you if you do send me an email. So it's not that I'm ignoring you or anything like that. It's just that I'm balancing out workloads and things like that. So anyway, I hope this tip was helpful. Again, keep it positive. Keep it positive. Keep it community. Keep it local, and build relations outward, and shine a light where there's negativity. Do that. And I would love to hear about you starting that. Maybe in 3 weeks, a month from now, you start doing that. I would love to hear the responses that you're getting. If you notice you're getting more likes on your Facebook posts, people are engaging more on your Facebook posts. Again, this applies to Instagram, LinkedIn profile for the doctors or even the staff employees. And of course, we have Pinterest and Twitter, So any of those can, balance out, and you can apply that to kind of any of those. And a lot of times it depends on where you're located, how technologically savvy the neighborhood or the community you are is, and what they're most likely to be on. Facebook is obviously one of the most popular engagement platforms for all age ranges, But anyway, guys, have a great day. Make it awesome. Get a lot done. And I will be back. I've got, again, as promised, I have a whole presentation. It's an hour long that was actually filmed last weekend in Hood River, Oregon. And I'm in the process of getting the video right now. We've got to just do a little editing and stuff because it started just like clip out the beginning and end because it was like just dead tape. We got to do a little cleanup of the video, but we want to get it up on the website as soon as possible. And I'm going to make sure everyone knows about it as soon as it's available. So anyway, thanks guys. Have a great one. I will talk to you soon.